Hello everybody. Thought I would do a quick video on something that I've learned over the years and I've seen people struggle with on questions in forums, questions on Facebook, etc, etc. So obviously the video is titled, is my 1JZ throttle broken? So we're going to work through exactly what it does. So JZS171 crown, this would also apply to a JZX110, not a JZX100 because that's not ETCSI, aka drive-by-wire. So what I'm going to do is, I've got my live data over here and you can see the temperature currently of the coolant is 68 degrees. Alright, now I'm using a 2JZ-GTE engine. Don't worry about that, the principle applies on the 1JZ-GTE VVT-i as well. So looking down the throttle, you can see that opens fully. Okay, and so I'm just going to turn off that just to show you that it is actually drive-by-wire. You'll see now that I'm opening and it's only the very last little section that's actually opening. See that? Okay, so definitely drive-by-wire. This is from a GS300, IS200, are exactly the same throttles. They have the exact same connections, everything is identical. So what I'm going to do now is I'm basically going to let it cool down. So what we're looking for is we're looking for it to drop below 30 degrees. So it's 67 now, it's going to take a little while. I'm going to go do some bits and bobs and I'm going to come back in a minute and I'm going to show you exactly what it does when it's ice cold. Alright, so see you in a second guys. Okay, so we're back to see what it does when it's ice cold. So now we're showing 21 degrees on the temperature sensor. So I've let the engine cool down. So you're going to notice something very interesting. You can still hear the throttle motor buzzing, so it's definitely working. But you'll see it only opens a little bit. Alright. So what I'm going to do is, so that's what happens when it's ice cold till about 30 degrees. What I've done is I've connected another coolant temp sensor over here to read an ambient temperature. So I think the engine is still hot. So I'm basically just going to plug this back in again. I think it's still about 60 degrees. So I've just plugged that back into the actual temperature sensor on the engine and there you go. So on your JZX110 or your JZS171, before it hits about 30 degrees, last time I checked, the throttle is not going to open fully. So if you just wire up your car, you're checking everything, you wire it up, you hear the throttles buzz in like this, but you got to turn it on and you got to open the throttle and only opens a teeny little bit away, perfectly normal. Don't worry about it. As far as I'm aware, this only applies to, or what I've seen, only on the JZX110 and the JZS171. It doesn't apply to the IS or GS300, so the 2JZ-GTE VVT-i. So I presume it doesn't apply to, say, the SC300 that came with the 2JZ-GTE VVT-i. Now, obviously, this is only be the VVT-i version because it's got ETCSI, or basically drive-by-wire. Okay, so it's always easy to tell if you've got drive-by-wire because you've got a few connections. So here's your TPS. Here's what would be called the accelerator pedal position sensor, or APP. And this is your drive-by-wire motor. So you've got 4 wires in here. So the early systems with Toyota, they basically had a clutch. So what happens is you can hear a click when the clutch activates and that then connects the motor to the actual drive, which then opens up the throttle. So that's why you got 4 wires. On the later versions, obviously, this is sort of their, what I would say is their introduction to drive-by-wire. So what they did is they made this so that even if it died, you could still put your foot flat to the floor and you can get some RPM. So kind of like an override, if you will. Once they were happy with the systems and you go to like things like the 3UZ and so on, you'll see that there's no longer this type of system. It's basically just the actual throttle body with just the TPS and the motor, or in some cases all in one. And then obviously it had a pedal inside the physical vehicle. So I just thought I'd share that because obviously I've seen quite a few guys get caught up by that. They think their wiring's wrong, they think their motor's broken, they think their throttle's broken. It's not. It's absolutely normal and it's fine. Below 30 degrees the throttle doesn't open fully, and above 30 degrees it will open fully. So you don't have to stress about that. Alright, so hopefully that's helpful. I'm going to see what other videos I can do here. And yeah, I'll get back to you in a bit. But thanks for watching guys, and if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube under Phoenix Engine Management. So thanks for watching, and we'll speak to you guys again soon. Bye-bye.